Hey, what's up, everybody? Just recording this little intro on the fly for you with my internal microphone. My name is Cale. I invited my friend David over to talk some basketball. We talk NBA, we talk fantasy, pretty much anything basketball for a little bit. So stay tuned for the first episode of Fear the Beards. And if you're interested in the intro music, it's by my friend Sukhi up in Montreal. You can find his music on soundcloud.com/SOOKZBEATZ. Alright, here we go.
Maybe your mommies want you to come out here and have fun and games. But I'm here to teach you about ball, and I'm here to teach you about life. You learn to love the game, you respect the game, you play hard, and I will respect you. Simple as that.
Get on that Google Plus grind. Literally.
Are you literally trying to go to Google Plus?
Yeah, well, listen, I have alright, so me and Thurston and Sawyer and Wilkinson were the only people that I was branching out on Google Plus with.
Yeah.
You just grabbed
Well, I fucking hosted the show, man. This is official. I got one hand on my dick and one hand on a pen. I don't know which one's going where.
No, but I got on Google Plus. I'm trying to get it going. It's terrible. It's so bad. I said it's kind of like real life because I only know 3 people on it. No one will talk to me. So it's kind of the same thing. It's terrible. I mean, it's cool, but it's terrible. Nobody uses it.
The only time I've gone on Google Plus is to creep on a girl that works at Hannaford.
Why would you do that, Hannaford?
Because she didn't have a Facebook, and I saw her name. And I
had Google Plus.
Yeah, she did have a Google Plus because she's very cool. And it turns out she's married and she's 19. So it's very worth my time. And then the other girl I thought was cute there, it turns out she's also married and she's also 19. Apparently I have a thing for 19-year-old married women. Girls.
Girls.
Like I was saying.
This is going to be 90 minutes of me laughing really hard.
It's going to be 90 minutes of hot garbage. So it'll be like me, except it'll be hot.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, the working title I thought of, we have the Sludge and Munch podcast. From the old Halo days.
Yeah.
Hot Slunch and Rodney Munch. Take it to people. Playing with Band Rascal. Playing some Halo 3. We got Slunch and Munch podcast. We got Fear the Beards. Because you've got a beard. I've got a beard.
Kind of.
I've got a beard-esque thing. My beard looks like the scrub brush in Arizona, and yours is like the rainforest. And, speaking of rainforest, it's getting pretty wet looking at it. But I'm jealous about that beard.
Rocking this mic.
So, are you like AC/DC? So, I was thinking, Fear the Beard. James Harden's cool. You like James Harden?
He's alright.
You got him on your fantasy team, right?
That's why I like him.
Oh, so you have no affiliation with him outside of that?
I talked to him a couple times. I called him at the beginning of the year.
You don't hang out and drink Cristal with him?
Ciroc.
Yeah.
He's a Ciroc guy.
Is he really?
I don't know.
I know he's got some teeth issues, though.
Dude, Anthony Davis. I thought he had eyebrow issues, but I was so wrong.
Yeah, he looks like a shark person. I would say...
We went to high school with...
I was going to say, I would say somebody's name right now, but it's not going to get back to them at all. They went to middle school with us, and a certain friend of mine sat next to them in class and had to be moved because they smelled so bad.
Wait, are we thinking of the same person?
I don't think so. It shows how great the dentistry is when we can think of 2 horribly disgusting shark people.
I hope that gets cut out.
We have bad dentists around here, I think. I got a tooth filled. Still fucking hurts.
This is the start of a bit.
No. I actually tried to turn it into one. I got some laughs, but it didn't.
Get more than one?
It did. It got quite a few, actually. Because it was basically a story about my life being terrible. I got my tooth filled. I didn't do Novocaine. Because I'm straight edge.
You should have just had your dad choke you. He did a few sermons.
Yeah, well, he does read Choking Quarterly magazine, so it'll be fine.
The Gentleman's Chokers guy.
how to choke with your pinky out for summer.
Summer trends.
But got my tooth filled. Didn't use Novocaine because I'm a hardcore person.
Yeah, right.
And the dentist was all like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "All right."
Goes a good story.
I know.
Nice ending.
But then it was that day that was like 4 degrees out, and then I went outside and the
That day it's been 4 degrees for 2 months.
well, we live in Maine. It was exceptionally cold that day. But I went outside and the car wouldn't start in the parking lot, and I was just sitting there with my fucking jaw throbbing.
Why didn't you get the Novocaine?
I don't know, because I don't.
It's a good call.
But
Just be in terrible pain.
yeah, I was like, well, I kind of earned it karmically.
Dude, when I got a tooth pulled and they injected me or whatever, like they put me in an IV.
Oh, really?
And it was real hardcore. And like,
was it a wisdom tooth?
No,
Oh.
it was just a broken tooth. And like they put me out, and I immediately fell asleep and just woke up. Well, number one, I woke up because they like yanked it out.
Oh yeah,
And I like lifted my head up.
jacked your head up.
Yeah, and they were like, whoa, and I like woke up and I went back to sleep. And then I woke up finally, and they let me, my sister gave me a ride. And
Insert joke here.
I had to call the power company and pay my bill, but I was all fucked up, dude. It was so bad. CMP loved me.
They were like,
I was apologizing. I was like, I'm so fucked up right now.
they were like, oh, your bill's $87, and you go, what's horseshoe crabs? I don't know. Bill? Horseshoe crab Bill? That was a guy I knew. Played at the Y, played basketball. He was cool. He was from Chicago.
What was his name again?
Horseshoe crab Bill. He tried to steal my basketball once.
Yeah, I remember that. Should be the fan. I'm gonna change my fantasy basketball owner name to Horseshoe Crab Bill.
Am I the only person in our fantasy league that does not have a real name on there?
No, Shane is Tits Phillips.
Okay.
I think that's
I figured the person's name really wasn't Tits, but
Cougar Fingers.
Yeah, Cougar Fingers is my name. And,
Where did that come from?
It came from Craig Ferguson, actually.
Oh.
One night he was making a joke about eating chicken fingers, and then he said, yeah, what if it was like a different animal, like a cougar? Could you eat cougar fingers? And then everyone in the audience took it as like a horrible sex thing, like you're fingering like a cougar. And then he's like, no, you sick fucks. I'm literally talking about eating a cougar's paw, which is no better. But
No.
And then I just took that and used it as a handle.
Cougar Finger. Everyone always asks me who it is.
Yeah, and then my name's Oladipo.
Yeah, it took me a minute, to be honest. I don't know why. I was like, what the fuck? Is it some Mexican name?
Yeah, it's saying hi.
Then I was like, oh, Oladipo.
It's saying hi to a Home Depot. You've been doing the league for what, this third year?
Third year.
Was I in it the first year?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a phone going.
Your team name, I think, was Raja Bell Biv DeVoe.
yeah, Raja Bell Biv DeVoe. I forgot about that. And then, because the other league I was in was Vin Baker's Dozen.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Did you have the same name last year?
I wasn't in it last year.
Why not?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I was in it last year.
Really?
Yeah. Some commissioner probably didn't invite me.
Yeah, well, fuck that
I
guy.
don't know. But yeah, it was like, what, last minute, and you were like, hey, you want to do this? And I'm like, yep.
It's my favorite basketball league, but I think it's hilarious.
Are you in a couple?
No, not anymore. I used to be. Like I used to do a couple of them.
Yeah, I was in 3 last year. And I
It's
wasn't
too
even
much
serious.
for me.
Yeah, I spent too much time on the one we have.
I have to do what? Because I do football, and then I
Oh, yeah.
do basketball, and I'm going to do baseball this year. I'm going to be terrible. I'm not much of a baseball person, but I'm going to do it anyway. I just have too many. I have to do one per sport, like do one football, one basketball. It gets too much, and I don't care. I end up not caring.
Well, yeah, you
Screw this.
either have to do one and like devote all your time to it, or do like 8 and then whatever happens happens.
That sucks.
Because like you can't make good trades if you're fucking going around way too many leagues.
I'd rather get into it. Like ours is huge because it's 20 men,
Well, one woman.
one woman,
That I've never
two if you met John. But so it's like you got to do a lot of shit. You know what I mean? You got to find free agents.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty.
As opposed to like, I hate the idea of playing in like what's like normal, like 11, 12 people.
I think 10 for
10?
a lot of people, 10 or
Like,
12.
10, it's like, all right, I get it. But at the same time, it's like my team is literally like Steph Curry, Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, you just get stacked ass teams.
You know what I mean? LaMarcus, that might be a little overboard, but I mean, to an extent. And it's like, all right, so Dwayne Wade gets hurt and I'll replace him. Let's say Dwayne Wade in our league scores. I think he averages like 34 or 5 points a game. He goes down and you replace him with somebody that averages 25.
Yeah,
like what's the fun
You
in
could probably
that?
have gotten like Kawhi Leonard or something for that, and he's
And,
getting like 26 or something.
And like, what's the point of that? I'd rather have it be like, well, I have James Harden, let's say, or I have whatever, and he gets hurt, and I have to replace him with somebody that's already on my bench, and then I have to pick somebody up that's averaging 13 points a game, and I'm like, ooh, this is nice. Like 13 points.
Yeah. Every time I pick up a free agent, I'm like, is he getting 10 a game? It's pretty hardcore.
The struggle is real when Ramon Sessions is, I need to keep you, Ramon. like you are really my key into the playoffs.
That's pathetic. And also the fact that you were like, hey, you want to trade Rondo for Sessions? And I'm like, it's a good deal at the time because Rondo's giving me shit.
You say that, though, but I've put out so many trades that have been turned down, and it would have worked out terribly for me, and they laughed at me. Yeah, like Keith. I tried to trade somebody, I don't know, he probably remembers, and I was like, give me Rondo, and he's like, yeah, right, he comes back next week, and that was like in October, like November or something. He came back.
Came back like January 18th or something like that.
Yeah, he's coming around now.
Yeah, he's his last 3 games, he's averaging like 16, 11, and 7.
Dude, Rondo's the thing too. Like, all right, if you're strictly talking like fantasy, Rondo's nasty because Rondo's the type of player that can score 10 points, but he does so much that he's gonna average high point. Like we play head to head.
Yeah.
And like in our league, like I bet he'll end up averaging like mid-30s maybe. I mean, he cannot score. He doesn't have to score to like score fantasy points,
right?
Which is what's sick about him. His defense and his assists.
I think he gave me like 27 points the other night, and he only scored 12.
Right.
He fills up the stat sheet, and that's the kind of guys I look for. Like,
and that's why LeBron's so good. That's why Kevin Durant's so good. I mean,
Kevin Love.
Obviously, Kevin Love. Yeah, say what you want. He's gonna. Anthony Davis is top 5 players in our league, just because of how he puts up numbers.
I was gonna say like a Big Al on my team, and he's been absolutely shitting on people lately.
Yeah. Dude, I need to find out a way to make it so I feel like big men are way better than guards in our league.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like, there's a big
Kevin
drop.
Love is like getting like 60 points a game, basically.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, but I need to find a way to even it out. Like, I don't know if I give another half a point for assist.
The 1 point for D rebound and 1.5 for an offensive rebound.
Yeah.
That really rewards the offensive rebounding guys. And that's a hard thing to get.
Exactly.
And it's a hard player to find.
It is, and like, I don't know, I gotta figure out a way to even it out, because like, up at the top, it's one thing, like Chris Paul, James Harden, like those types of guys, like average good numbers, but the drop off, the 15th best guard and the 15th best big man is like, I feel like they're leaps and bounds different. I don't even know who they are, but I just gotta find a way in the because like we already score for efficiency.
Yeah, with field goal percentage, free throw percentage, essentially.
We score
turnovers
to assist ratios.
Yeah, it's the top 10 guys. Kevin Durant and Steph Curry are like the only guards, actually.
Durant's it's a stretch to say he's a guard.
Yeah, he is basically a power forward. I was gonna say Melo too. Melo's listed as power forward on here.
He's a small. I consider him like a 3-4. Melo, I think, would be better as a power forward.
Yeah, he works a lot better when he's playing Chandler at the 5, him at the 4, and then whatever other garbage they have on their team. Cause they suck.
Their team is just too. I don't even.
They need to play Tim Hardaway Jr. more, because Raymond Felton is bad.
Raymond Felton's not good, man.
Prigioni is bad.
Prigioni's really bad.
Artest is like a corpse walking around. He's like in Rasheed Wallace last year on the Knicks. No one knew what happened.
Meta world peace. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm supposed to call him that. I still will never call him that.
Ron Artest. That team is just like, I feel like they don't play basketball. They play like YMCA ball. And I think that's half their problem. It's like, I feel like they don't go down and run plays. It's like, they've got Melo, J.R. Smith. Even Tim Hardaway's a chucker.
Oh yeah, he is.
I mean, he can shoot, but I mean, he's young, so we're not gonna like label him that. But he's a lot like J.R. Smith.
Hopefully not in the brain department later. but
that's what I mean.
Yeah,
it's a lot of chuckers.
Felton just shoots like crazy too. I don't even know.
I think that team number 1 needs a different coach.
Really? Do you think it's on him more than it's on like the guys on the team? I think it's just a poorly constructed team.
I think you need a certain.
Felton averages 5.7 assists per game. By the way.
Felton?
Yeah, that's 3 more than I thought. I guess when you're giving it to Melo and he shoots it every time.
Like they need like a point guard.
Yeah.
Like a point guard. They don't need like the new like hybrid guard.
They should have traded for fucking Kyle Lowry.
2
months ago. They didn't want to give up 2018 first round pick was basically it. Lowry's arguably an all-star this year.
Lowry's nice. I like Lowry.
He's not an all-star, is he?
No, I don't think so.
No, he's not. He was like just barely snubbed for it. Should have been on there, I think.
But like Felton, I feel like Felton, no matter where he's been like a cancer to his team.
The best year he had was...
And I don't mean that in like a terrible way. Like, I just feel like his play is not good.
Doesn't play defense that well. He's usually out of shape a little bit.
A lot of it.
Who am I to talk? He's just usually not doing that well. Like, his best year was what? The first year Amari and him went to New York. He was almost an all-star.
Yeah. I didn't like him in Portland when he played in Portland.
No, he was like 40 pounds overweight there too.
Yeah, I thought he was terrible.
He looked like Steven Jackson when he showed up on the Clippers this year.
Oh yeah, Steven Jackson. That whole thing with him and the Spurs was pretty funny though.
Oh man,
when he first went back, and
yeah.
like, Popovich he's the best coach.
I love that he's just like, oh, you don't want to do this the way I want? Get the fuck out.
Get out, yeah.
He's like, I'll just sign T-Mac, who's a better version of you anyway.
And next year he's just gonna play. Is he trying to play baseball? I heard.
Yeah, he's trying to play minor league charity baseball, something like that. Some small team in Texas.
Does he make it to the playoffs, and does he get out of the first round? Probably not.
He's allegedly throwing like 92 mile an hour fastballs though. Gotta give him some props for that. But I mean, he's got the added velocity from being like 6'9",
6'9",
6'8",
and a lazy eye.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna affect his pitching. How many batters do you think he's gonna beam?
Like, where's he looking?
He'd be like, wait, is he checking a runner on first, or is he looking at what the catcher's telling him to throw?
He'd never steal on him. You can get his eyes on
pretty
him.
amazing, actually. He'd be the most unstoppable pickoff artist ever.
Pickoff artist.
Yeah, he starts nagging players on the other team, and then they want to date him.
He's on that new, I say it's new, they've been around for a couple of years. You ever see on like the NBA network, they do, they have like Shaq,
this is the
Charles,
open court thing?
Is that what it is?
Where there are like
Barkley,
8 of them
Steve
sitting around?
Smith, yeah.
Yeah, it's open court, yeah.
T-Mag's on that now.
Yeah, he looked like, I heard people saying, he looked like Michael Jordan dressed him. Because
Yeah,
he was wearing like big jeans and like weird shit that didn't fit him right. And
have you seen that picture online of T-Mac in the dress pants that are like entirely too big for him?
Yeah.
It's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, he does not have a stylist, clearly.
No.
Yeah, said, what do you say? When he got back from China last year, he just hung around his house and like ate chips and sat on the couch with his kids. That's all he
tried to
did.
like fight people in China and stuff. There's a video online.
Did he?
Yeah.
He was averaging like 33 and 8 and 5 over there.
China.
Yeah, well, it's like
I mean,
incoming racism.
Anybody that leaves I say anybody loosely, but somebody that leaves the league goes play overseas, they're gonna average. Nick Kaner Medley, he won like MVP of some Russian league, and he played at Portland.
But DeJuan Blair got kicked out of a Russian league because he wasn't good enough.
What?
Yeah, during the lockout, DeJuan Blair went over to Russia, I believe, played on a team, like a pro team over there, and they thought he sucked so bad they cut him.
He plays for like the Spurs. He's nice.
He plays on Dallas now.
Oh yeah, I mean he had back then.
He came back to the Spurs and then they traded him.
And he was like nice then. Like he was. Yeah, he's always had the bad knees, but like that never really affected him that much.
Say what you want about him, but he's playing with no ACLs. give him credit, because that's fucking hard.
He was sick in college.
Yeah, remember when he like ripped the Beat's arm off?
Yeah,
that was crazy. Yeah, they both went up for a rebound, and the Beat was behind him, and he just like went and like the Beat flew over his head.
Beat's such a pussy.
Is he still on OKC?
Barely.
Yeah, he's like the last guy off the bench.
I honestly think he's like. How do you miss that, like, as a GM when you draft that?
How do you miss that as a guy who's 7'3"? If you're 7'3" and like athletic at all, you can walk without breaking your foot.
Sean Bradley has played way better game than to be like Bradley just is a highlight reel of getting dunked on, but like,
hey, he's still in the highlight.
He was in the game.
Yeah.
Like to beat has like the Wiz Khalifa like blonde thing in his hair. Oh,
yeah, I was gonna say, man,
this really took a turn somewhere.
When I first saw the Beats died spot, I was finally someone's taking over for Sheed.
Yeah, because
Sheed was retired when he started doing that, and you know what it means, right? It's like something to represent his homeland or something, his home country.
No idea. That made me feel a lot worse about that now. But whatever.
It's still dumb. It's cool. I like that because you need a ball spot guy.
So like Wiz Khalifa does it because he's from Pittsburgh, and that's
what I don't know why Wiz Khalifa does it. To be honest, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know much about Wiz Khalifa.
Me either. But I know he's got that little blonde streak in his hair.
I've heard like 4 songs, and I do not like them.
And they made the what was it? Kentucky? Was it the kid that put blonde in his hair or something? They were giving him shit about it.
No, I don't remember that.
It was this year. They're like saying,
Hey, I don't watch college.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I don't care. No, I don't.
What are you, a jaded inside hoops?
Yeah, what? How could you tell?
What are you, Professor Murder?
No, of course not. I'm not a guy who has 19,000 posts on a website.
I think you've had it like what? You got it like a little bit before me because I have it. I don't use it.
I've had it since 2009,
and I got it in 2010.
Yeah,
which is crazy because I have 21 posts and you have like 20,000.
Dude, actually, I probably have like 35, but a bunch of them got deleted. Well, they're making a shitload of money though.
How do you make just advertising?
Allegedly, yeah, through advertising. Like
you're saying allegedly a lot.
Oh, well, it's because I don't know anything. I'm talking about my ass.
Allegedly, I can speak.
Kobe's a rapist, allegedly.
Because like I only have a few posts, but
yeah,
I've looked at it since 2010 or whatever. Whenever I made it right here.
Yeah, you did because we were watching Hyperize.
And I think the first time I used it was like literally like 2 months ago when you posted something on it. I was like, I'm just gonna post back because it'd be hilarious.
Yeah. You
like, who's this guy? Oh,
I think you had like 2 posts, and they were in like a thread of like, what shows do you watch? And then like you disappeared for like years, and then come back in like the fantasy section. I was like, hey, do you think I should sell high on Michael Carter Williams? And then you go, yeah, someone in our league will probably take him. And I'm like, what the fuck? Where'd you come from? Yeah, Hyperize.
Ooh wee. Didn't think about that. That's before he even had a signature. Just wore hyperizers.
Yeah.
I feel like Rashard Lewis is so awkward in that commercial.
I love that the 4 guys in there are Mo Williams, Rashard Lewis, Iguodala, and Durant. It's like, hey, 2 of them are complete garbage now.
Yeah.
Like, Mo Williams is okay, I guess, if you want to say that. He's a 6th man, and he's not really playing.
Rashard Lewis.
Since he got busted for his PEDs in 2009, he's been pretty bad.
Dude, he went from literally not playing to playing when he was like a senior or a junior in high school, and then just coming right out of high school. Think of that.
And then gets a $120 million contract.
Like, he just started playing basketball and like a year or so later. Like, that's how that worked. That's crazy. Dude, that Orlando team was sick, though.
Yeah, but I think they're overrated.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have beat the Celtics if KG didn't fuck up his knee. Celtics almost beat them with Big Baby in the playoffs.
He pushed that kid in Orlando.
Oh man,
that was huge. That was awesome.
Holy crap, that was
that
amazing.
happened. I immediately got like my phone started getting text messages. Like, did you see that?
It's probably my favorite Big Baby highlight. Either that or him crying.
I
think pushing the kid's funnier.
What was it when he was crying when KG yelled at him?
Yeah, KG got in his face. He's like, "You fucking piece of shit! You gotta rebound better or whatever." And then Big Baby just sits on the bench and like flaps his towel on his lap. He's like,
"Yeah, those old." That Celtic team is so good. I just posted in the fantasy league. Did you see the?
Everybody our age probably likes the Bulls.
96, like Bulls. Our age, yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's hard not to.
As a kid, you know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be stuck in your head.
And like I obviously I remember it before that, and I always, it's funny too. My favorite team actually, it'd be terrible to say this, was like the early 2000 Celtics, because I think I watched because I didn't do anything. I was a kid, so I just watched every game all the time. And I was into it, but the team was awful.
Yeah, they were.
It was like Eric Williams. You probably don't even know who that is.
I have his card.
Number 55.
I got his card when I went and saw Jordan's last game in Boston.
It's like Eric Williams.
They were like, "Here, just take it. We have too many of these."
Whatever happened to him? I think he played in Cleveland for a little bit when Darius Miles was over there. It was the Ron Mercer, Walter McCarty.
I was gonna say McCarty was on the teams, right?
Tony Battie was.
When he saved Pierce from dying.
Yeah.
Like 2004, 2003 or 4.
And then Antoine was on some of those teams. Like, I mean, when you go to the Celtics, you don't go for number because, like, what number do you want? You can have 9 will be retired eventually, I bet, if he stays with the Celtics.
Yeah, if they don't trade Rondo, he's getting his retired.
So if 9's gone, there'll be 8. 12, because remember, like, Ricky Davis, like, all the players that come over are, like, then they are all retired up until
7's still around. Jermaine O'Neal was 7.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
So
Marquise Daniels was 7, and then Marquise Daniels got hurt. J.O. joined the team, took 7, and then Marquise Daniels came back and was 8.
8, yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Remember Mikey Moore?
Yes.
Did I say, or was it Mickey Moore?
It's Mikey, but spelled Mickey.
I always said Mikey.
Yeah.
The Predator.
I love that he had dreadlocks. That's about the only thing I liked about him.
I used to laugh because we used to watch the games, and Mikey would come in and be like, watch Mikey. Just watch Mikey. and all he would do is run around and set picks and
and then
get fouls.
jump straight up and then not do anything else.
Man, he was bad. I loved him.
He had a snake. That's all I remember about him. He like his pet was like a giant 8-foot boa constrictor or something.
Yeah.
And he had a hard time moving it from San Francisco because he played in Golden State. He had trouble moving it to Boston to keep it warm.
Do like other teams like this? Like I feel like Celtics fans embrace like the terrible players on their team.
Oh yeah.
Is that like that
Well,
everywhere?
dude, did you see Banzmer in fantasy? He's like all horned up about Chris Johnson.
Yeah, loves
Like,
Chris Johnson.
Well, he has played really well, but
He's
come
awful.
on. Banzmer listed him as his favorite young guy in that thread.
Just Chris Johnson.
I'm talking to you, Banzmer.
Yeah, like I feel like think of all the terrible players that I feel like I was just talking about. We got really into Mikey Moore. I thought it was hilarious, and even what's it?
Scalabrine.
Scalabrini's the huge one.
That's the greatest of all time scrub, probably.
He I went to the game when Chicago came back and like Thibodeau came back.
Yeah.
With Scalabrini to Boston for the first time.
Yep.
And dude, they had like an in-game montage of Scalabrini and like.
Yeah, they just did that for Pierce and Garnett when they came back. Like,
Yeah, and it was the same thing. I'm like, think of what Pierce and Garnett have done, and think of Scalabrini. And it was like, thank you, Brian. They were selling Scalabrini shirts everywhere.
Yeah, it's like, thank you for hitting a 1-3.
Thank you for having a really good game when you played for New Jersey once in the playoffs in 1999 or something.
Yeah, he hit like 7 threes in that game.
He had one game where he scored like 30 points, and it was like in 2002 or something when he played for the Nets.
Hey man, you can ride that as long
It's
as
like
you
him
can.
and Keith Van Horn, just the most athletic team
I
of all
hated
time.
Keith Van Horn so much.
Yeah, right, dude. You loved him.
Carry Kittles. Skittles, is what I called him, because I didn't fucking like him.
You like really wanted to be Michael Jordan all the time.
Who did?
Kerry Kittles.
Really?
That's like what he was known for.
I didn't know that.
Okay, in my eyes, maybe. That's what he was. Maybe I just completely made that up about Kerry Kittles.
This should be a segment where we just make up blatant lies about people. It's like,
Just we'll call it the rumor mill.
yeah, it's like, hey, did you know Robert Pack stole a Corvette in 2004?
Lawrence Funderburk was convicted of rape last year. Did you know that?
Maybe.
Did you see the video of the Clippers warm-up dunking?
I did not see that. I saw the thread for it, but I
Dude.
didn't click on it yet.
Pretty crazy.
Was it, they just, it was just them, like, pregame warm-up, like, just throwing it down, right?
Yeah, like, who was it? DeAndre Jordan. I think he does, like, a between the legs, like, 360 or something, and, like,
That's pretty surprising.
they do crazy things.
He's much more athletic than I give him credit for.
Yeah,
Right.
it doesn't look it because he's, like, 7'1",
Yeah, like, I like to, I
or
think,
whatever,
I
7 feet.
think he's a scrub all the time, and then I'm like, wait, he's
He's
leading the
good,
league in
man.
rebounds, and he's blocking shots.
And he's, I'm pretty sure he's up there in, like, field goal percentage, too.
Oh, yeah,
All he
he's
does
got to
is
be like
dunk.
58 or 60 or something. He was leading the league in field goal like 2 years ago or last year.
I mean, I guess it's not that hard when you're. I mean,
Well, if you literally only dunk it and get open layups from Chris Paul.
like people were saying that having Chris Paul hurts Blake Griffin. I wanted to puke on myself.
Yeah, just because he's been playing really well.
Obviously he's playing well because he has to shoulder more.
Yeah, he has to
because,
score 20 more points because Chris Paul's gone.
like saying. I feel like Chris Paul literally could help any team. He's just one of those players.
What about switching him with Westbrook? Do you think that would help the Thunder, or do you think it would help the Clippers more?
Ooh, who would it help more?
Yeah,
I think.
because I mean they're both good. They're both all stars.
they're completely different though.
Yeah,
Like Russell plays more like a shooting guard, but like at the same time, I don't know. He's like that crazy hybrid.
yeah.
Whereas like Chris Paul can score, but I feel like you could put him on any team in the league.
He'd rather pass. Westbrook would probably rather score. No, I think he'd be interesting on the Clippers because basically Eric Bledsoe was his Westbrook, and he was on the Clippers and played pretty well for them.
I think he'd be fine. I mean, obviously you can't. I feel like it'd be hard to get somebody like Russell Westbrook and then go backwards.
You
Chris
think-
Paul's like one of those players though that I think he's such a good leader, and like he can flow an offense. Like he's a point guard.
Yeah, he's a legit point guard. He'll score 24 a game.
But if you want to run up tempo, he'll run up tempo.
Because
He's not going to sprint like Russell Westbrook and jam over 8 people. But
I think Rondo's the best traditional point guard in the league because he wants to pass, he wants to set up the offense, and Chris Paul does all that, but he can score too. It's like he just chooses in the game whether to score or to pass.
yeah,
And it's just like he's
Rondo's so long too, and like I feel like it makes his game look so different because of the things he does. How he plays is very different.
it's very strange. I was having a hard time watching the Celtics this year. Shocking. as they're the worst.
Yeah, I've watched quite a few games, but
I would watch like a quarter or a half and then be like, I'm done.
I like Sullinger.
Sullinger's dirty. Like he could be like a 16-9 guy.
I wonder if they're gonna package him up and trade him though.
That's what I was gonna say. You think they should trade Jeff Green?
It'd really depend on. I wouldn't hate it. I mean, I do like Jeff Green. I think he's awesome, but like, I wouldn't hate it if you got somebody younger. He can score though.
No, I think I've always thought he was like overrated because if you look at his footwork on defense, he's pretty rough. Like,
for sure.
He's best when he's taking 2 or 3 dribbles and either taking it to the lane or pulling up for a jump shot.
Yeah.
If he's on the move, he's nasty. But if he's like catching and shooting, he's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if he can really exist with Rondo that much. That's the problem. Like,
he's definitely more of a slasher. Like that's why I was really like I was kind of looking at the free agents and stuff, looking around, and like people like I do really like people like Gordon Hayward, especially after this year, like because I think he's like he can shoot, but he's long. I think he's got a lot of potential.
But he's basically Chandler Parsons, but in Utah.
Yeah.
Like they put up basically identical numbers.
Yeah. Parsons is awesome. Dude, he's been playing great.
He's probably the most consistent player on the Rockets.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Dwight, he gives you 20 rebounds one game and then, like, 0 points the next game.
Yeah, Harden's up and down sometimes.
Like,
Harden will go a week and score 40 points.
Yeah, like every game.
Yeah, all game. Yeah. Every game, and then come back and score, like, 15 for 3 games.
And then Lynn gets a triple-double, and then he doesn't show up for another 2 weeks. And Beverly plays defense but can't score.
Mm.
And then who the hell knows who their power forwards are?
I think
Monte Eunice.
I think they'll make a run, depending on where the seeding gets dropped. I think they'll make a good run in the playoffs. So people hate James Harden.
People hate Dwight Howard.
People hate the Rockets. But like, I don't know.
Do you think? What do you think about ASIC sitting out all this time?
I think he's a bitch.
Yeah, I love it.
I think he's such a bitch, though.
I think it's the shittiest thing you could do, but I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Dude, he got promised this thing, and then he's just
that's life, though.
I'm not doing anything.
That's life, but at the same time, it's like.
But he's still getting paid too.
Think of like how good that team could be if ASIC bought in and was like.
If he was willing to come off the bench or do something.
Yeah, just willing to play.
Or willing to even play for like 2 games to get traded to a different team even.
Dude, I think that's such a bitch move on him.
Because like if he played a couple games and then maybe Phoenix traded for him, like a Mecca Okafor.
Why does Phoenix want to trade for everybody? Everyone's like, well, who's going to be traded? And they're always going to Phoenix.
They think because they have a Mecca Okafor's contract. He hasn't played one.
Yeah.
He hasn't played one game this year because of the neck thing. Insurance, like team insurance, is paying like 80% of that.
Yeah.
So literally, you get like a $14 million expiring contract that you only have to pay like $1 million of. So you can trade him for him and like Gerald Green.
I like Phoenix though.
Or like Pau Gasol or an ASIC kind of guy.
See, I like Phoenix, but I don't like them trying to trade for like Pau Gasol.
No, I think that makes him worse because he's old. He's
Get
like
somebody,
36,
get
35.
somebody young in there. Build around somebody. Do something.
It's like,
I like Bledsoe. Dragic is
fucking killing it.
He's awesome.
He's actually
Gerald Green's having a good year too.
Gerald Green is like one of the most surprising players right now.
But he had a great year last year when he was used in Indiana.
Well, he was even when he got signed to like the 10-day in the Nets 2 years ago, and he like showed up and like had crazy windmill dunk in a game, and
that's when he came back from Russia.
Yeah, he just showed up and
him and James White.
He somehow got good all of a sudden. Or,
I think
was used properly.
I think he was always. It wasn't that he wasn't good. He was young and dumb, for starters. But right. Like he was always stupidly athletic.
Yeah, and that's like he almost relied on it too much.
Yeah,
like he didn't.
I heard he was
understand
lazy.
The game as much, getting older and smarter and.
That's why I like Lance Stevenson. I thought he was gonna be terrible.
Lance is probably my top 5 guy.
I thought he was gonna be terrible though. When he came out of high school. Like, I remember they wouldn't even let him play on Team USA because they were like, this guy's such an ass.
No, yeah, they call him the 8th grader because in 8th grade he was playing on courts, like in New York City.
Yeah.
He played against a dude named Homicide, who literally is named Homicide.
Sounds like a terrible wrestler.
Yeah, and like, okay, you're playing against some crazy guy in New York named Homicide, and you're in 8th grade, and you're not backing down from that. Like, you're a badass.
He's crazy. Well, dude, what was the Through the Fire with Sebastian Telfair? But they had a thing, I think, on YouTube or something about Lance Stevenson when he was in high school.
Yeah, Born Ready, all that stuff.
Yeah, and I watched it for a while, and he was like fighting people on the courts and shit. I was like, wow.
A lot of people hate him though.
I like him now. Dude, when he first got like drafted, and I thought he was going to be a complete failure because I didn't think he was going to work.
I remember during that summer after he got drafted, he pushed his girlfriend down the stairs.
Jesus. Yeah, like, have you ever seen
allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
And then Larry Bird was like, dude, stay out of here for a while.
But he's had a good year. This year he's awesome.
Yeah, he's sick, man. Like, do you think he should have been an all-star? Because, let's see, I got his...
He is in the East Coast.
Well, yeah, it's what's so terrible.
Who are the guards for the East?
Kyrie Irving is starting.
That's a joke.
And Dwayne Wade, I think, is...
That's a joke. Those are both jokes.
And, like I said, Kyrie Irving should not be on that team.
No way, dude. He's had a terrible year, in my eyes.
He's averaging 22, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists. And they're a garbage team in the East.
Putting up some Damon Stoudemire numbers.
Well, dude, that's like Damian Lillard is putting up those numbers.
Damian Lillard.
Isaiah Thomas on the Sacramento Kings is putting up Kyrie Irving numbers right now. And
I don't think Irving's I think he's got some of the best handles in the game.
He doesn't play defense.
Doesn't play any defense. And he doesn't really play like a point guard like that new... I honestly think that's gonna wear out.
I don't like it. Like those, like,
I'm trying to think.
Well, it's like Steph Curry, just like a frail kind of point guard that only shoots. It's like you're not going to get anywhere with that.
Like I miss the old like point guard,
Gary Payton,
the glove, baby. The defense was unbelievable. But he could score it too. He was like one of those first really big guards that were like real athletic. But like
2010.
But he was still a point guard. That's why I like Chris Paul. That's why I like Rondo.
You know, they started listing Rondo as 6'2" this year. I don't know. He somehow grew 2 inches in the last 2 years, apparently.
Good for him.
Tore an ACL, he grew 2 inches, so I'm going to cut both of mine and try out for the D-League.
Go play for the Spurs like DeJuan Blair. I'm sure Pop could do something.
Oh, yeah. Dude, all I have to do is stand on 3-point line. Matt Bonner plays on them. I can play like him. But yeah, Lance Stevenson's averaging 14 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists per game, which is...
Those are nice numbers. I would much rather have him than Kyrie Irving.
Joe Johnson is an all-star. I forgot about him.
He's a joke.
He's averaging 15, 3, and 3. So Lance Stevenson's giving you...
He's a reserve, obviously, Joe Johnson.
Yeah.
And the reserves are picked by the league, right?
Coaches. I think, yeah.
How does that happen?
Because he hit like 2 game winners in the last month, apparently.
So?
Yeah.
Joke, dude.
He sucks, man. Brooklyn sucks. Brooklyn.
The East is awful. I'd love to see the Pacers take it all, though. I think it'd be hilarious.
That'd be the best.
I like to see Pacers Thunder, to be honest. I think that'd be such a fun finals.
That'd be filthy because you get Paul George and Durant guarding each other, Stevenson and Westbrook, Hibbert and Perkins.
Dude, like that's a good finals.
Hibbert would be able to shoot over him all day.
I could, but I think Perk would muscle him around a little bit. Perk isn't like he was in Boston, but I think like being in the finals again, it kind of gets you.
Yeah, people hate on Perkins a lot, and he's not good.
You can't blame him. I mean,
but come on,
he was perfect for Boston
because he got to be the dirty guy. That's what you need. Like
him and Garnett down low,
or him and like anybody basically. If you have the guy who can score a few points next to him that plays like a traditional 4, like if you had David West next to Perkins, that'd be scary because you have 2 guys playing down low and they're both mean as.
And I think it's hard to bet against Durant though.
I remember everyone's going crazy about LeBron last night. He scored 37.
Yeah.
And like Durant scored 36. He's been averaging 36 the whole month. He also had 10 rebounds and like 6 assists, and they won the game.
How old is he? He's like 25, right?
Yeah, I'm 12 days older than him, and I'm doing nothing with my life.
Yeah. Just the best player in the NBA. But like, I think that would be for me the most interesting.
Fun.
Thunder Pacers.
Defense, offense.
I was sick of Miami, obviously.
Fuck Miami.
I was sick of them. I was sick of them when they started.
Dude,
it's even worse now.
Absolutely nothing made me happier than when Dirk just crapped on them.
That was awesome.
Oh my god.
And they like made fun of him like.
Oh yeah, when Dwayne and Wade
coughing.
and LeBron were like, and then Dirk's just like, oh here, take 40 points.
Yeah, fuck you. Then he just left like after he won. Like it's such a contrast. Like when LeBron won. I'm not trying to hate on LeBron, but he is a fucking homo. But like when he won the MVP of the finals, and there's that picture of him holding
like nodding his head, like
and then it's like when Dirk won that finals, like he just like left.
Yeah, he just booked it right into the locker room, didn't
He
he?
had to leave for a minute. Garnett, when he won, he was like crying.
Yeah, he just went down to the Celtics like logo and was
Yeah.
patting it.
And then, LeBron wins and he holds up his MVP trophy like,
He's
oh,
like, yeah, I'm the best, man.
Yeah, he said that. He said
Did
he was
he say
gonna.
that?
Well, he said he was gonna be in the top 4
Oh,
greatest.
yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, I saw that. He said it. I don't know who I'm going to knock off the Mount Rushmore, but they're going to make a space for me. Basically,
Statistically, he'll be there, but he's gonna be like he's such a douche.
nobody.
Like, you don't say stuff like that. People wonder why people
hate
don't
him.
like LeBron. Like, how do you get behind that?
You have to do something so amazing to even get in my top 10.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And nobody's touching the top 6. Jordan, you got Wilt. I'm not doing it in any order. You got Bill Russell. You got Kareem. And then you got Magic and Bird.
Yeah.
And nobody's getting in there.
I feel like Kareem's underrated. And like people like, that's hard to do when you're Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Hey, I only have the most points ever. And
he's underrated.
6 championships.
How about-
6 championships, 6 MVPs, and he's underrated.
Imagine him in today's league. Like people like him and Wilt would get muscled around, but I don't think they would at all.
Dude, Wilt you hear like stories like obviously some of them are exaggerated, but like when Arnold Schwarzenegger says Wilt is benching 400 without trying, like I believe that. Kareem, I watched a game of him this summer on like NBA TV. It was like an 84 playoff game against the Celtics in the finals, I think, or 86. And they were saying he was going to retire, and he played another 5 years after that.
You know what's funny? Like people say, and I think it's a very popular opinion that Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time. And like I always thought that up until recently. And it's like I think Kareem is more unstoppable than Michael.
Oh yeah, purely you cannot like the only people that have stopped the skyhook are Wilt and Thurmond, like David Thompson kind of guys.
But like I feel like Michael came around at such a good time.
Yeah, media.
Like
just because he made the game explode.
And like he was so like your super athlete at the time, like could float. Like even watching highlights now, it's like,
dude, it's unreal.
Wow.
I try to tell people this, but they don't get it. I've never seen somebody like Jordan that just gets off the ground as fast as him. He just like is on the ground and then he's dunking.
Yeah.
He like there's no step in between. It's
he
just
like floats. It's insane.
But I think Larry Bird's the best.
Yeah.
I think he's the greatest basketball player ever because not only is he
especially because he's unathletic.
Yeah.
Well, you know what
pure
I mean.
skills.
Yeah.
His brain, his like basketball IQ.
I think he's the best brain of all time.
He did so much without being like able to jump over people. Yeah. He is an amazing passer. He's a good rebounder, great scorer. He'll fucking hit anything in your face. He's clutch.
It's hard to argue with those guys.
And like Larry Bird won MVP, Finals MVP, Coach of the Year, Executive of the Year.
How's Michael doing in Charlotte?
Yeah, he's got
I like that
Kemba Walker.
I like that they're going to be the Hornets again, though.
Oh, that makes my boner hard. Like I can't wait to finally wear my Hornets snapback hat again and not be a douchebag hipster.
You still will be.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be amazing. Seeing Al Jefferson in the Hornets uniform, it's gonna be nice.
Kemba, I mean, I like Kemba.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
I do like Kemba Walker. Michael Kidd Gilchrist, I think, has a few years.
Well, he broke his hand this year, right?
Yeah, he just came back. But I don't know. I try to look at I'm looking at the really young guys, thinking like who's gonna be in when LeBron's gone. You know, that group. Maybe not gone, but out of when LeBron's Kobe. You know, I think Anthony Davis is going to be the best guy in that group.
You put that poll up on Fantasy about who would you build around, and you had Lillard, Davis, Michael Carter Williams, Marcus Cousins, and Andre Drummond. I said you put MCW up there for me.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm super high on MCW right now.
See, but I really like.
But Anthony Davis. He's got 5 votes out of he's the leading vote getter on that poll. He's unreal. Did you see him block Chris Paul's shot the other day?
Where he got crossed up and then came back.
Yeah,
dude, he's a bird.
That's
literally
unreal.
You know, people. You know, it's kind of funny. I'm coming around to the New Orleans Pelicans. The name. I hated the name. I really thought they should have been the Brass. I thought that would have been kind of cool.
I like New Orleans Voodoo.
That's all right. It kind of sounds like an arena football team.
It does.
I think it is an arena football team.
It probably is.
But I like the Brass. I thought that was kind of cool.
I don't know.
Raging Cajuns. But
yeah,
they're making a big deal about their mascot.
Are they really?
Yeah, because it looks terrible.
Oh yeah, it does.
Have you seen it?
Doesn't it?
Looks like a hawk.
The emblem, it has the ball in its mouth.
But I'm coming around to him. I think I kind of like him a little bit. Hate on it. And now they're going to be Smoothie King.
Smoothie King, that's it.
Actually, that's like one of the only things I've ever posted on Inside Hoops. Is someone's like, "Oh, they're changing it to Smoothie King," and I feel like Smoothie King is like a '40s trumpet player, like the smooth styles of Smoothie King, which is perfect.
It's like BB King,
should,
but smooth jazz.
They should change the Pelican to just an old black trumpet player or something.
Amazing.
That's what I'm saying.
I'd be behind that.
I'm for that. Smoothie King. And it could go with the arena. Hey, it's gonna be a terrible name. At least play on it a little bit.
Okay, the Sacramento Kings changed their stadium's name is the Sleep Train Arena.
I saw that.
That's
I didn't know it was them though. What were they before Arco? They all suck anyway. The Staples Arena. That's a joke, right? Like L.A. Like where the Lakers play is called the Staples Arena. Like that's TD.
Madison Square Garden and like the TD Bank North Garden.
Are they talking about destroying Madison Square Garden?
Yep.
That's a joke.
I almost puked in because I thought about how gross Madison Square Garden is.
I've been there. Have you been there?
No, I have not. But I heard it was like
I smoked a joint in there once.
Really?
Yeah.
They just did a bunch of renovations on it and get rid of asbestos.
I went and saw fucking Roger Waters from Pink Floyd. It was pretty cool.
That's cool. Was it down like on the floor in a real place? Because I know there's like a secondary theater thing there.
It was in the arena.
Oh, nice. So there's like 10,000 people there or something?
There was a lot of people there. It was crazy.
That's awesome. Was Woody Allen there?
No. I mean, he might have been.
Was he fingering his daughter?
Oh, I heard about that. I heard about that.
Yeah, people are getting pissed.
He doesn't look creepy, though.
Oh, no. Not at all.
He looks completely normal. I don't think that he would do something like that. The guy's got pedophile written all over him.
Good thing he can write a movie or else he'd probably be in jail.
You ever watch The Daily Show still?
Yeah, once in a while.
Dude, I think Jon Stewart just nails it all the time.
Yeah, he's pretty perfect.
When they're talking about Richard Sherman, like, we don't need this type of thug in the league. He just started rattling off, like, Ben Roethlisberger in bathrooms, Michael Vick killing dogs, Ray Lewis, like, killing people.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, but we don't need this type of
Yeah, I saw that somebody edited that with what is the name?
Oh, wait, was that? It might not. That might have actually been the Michael Sam.
Yeah, I was
thing.
gonna say. I think I saw.
I think it was the Michael Sam thing. I lied.
Yeah, they don't need that. But yeah, Michael Vick kills fucking dogs. Like, there's nothing worse than that. I don't care. You suck a dick on TV in the middle of a game.
That guy's like real gay. Like
he's
like obviously he's gay. Like if I talk to him and he's like 6'2", 280, and he'd be like, "That's a massive gay guy."
Yeah.
I mean, go do your thing. I
Yeah,
don't care.
I don't
And Jon Stewart did the thing with one of the linebackers. I can't remember who it is now. Was like, what am I supposed to do if he looks at me? And it's like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I think that is just so ridiculous. I think it's hilarious.
I mean, and they always talk about the team showering situation. Dude,
it's not like he's running in there jerking off in front of people.
Exactly.
Like, he's gay. He's not a fucking Woody Allen. Full circle.
You go to the doctor. What if your doctor was gay and they give you a physical? You wouldn't care. Well, it's like, I brought this up earlier today. You expect, like, they're not gonna see you and be like, ugh. Like, they're gonna be like professional and like, I'm emotionless.
You know
and
who
I touch your balls.
Who I hate though is Chris Broussard.
Oh, he's a piece of shit.
He sucks.
Multiple sources tell me.
Was it Broussard that did the thing about, they were talking about Michael Sam and he was like, I think he gave it the old Bible thump and was like, this is wrong. I was like,
it might not have been about Michael Sam, but he did say that recently about something. Maybe it was Jason Collins when he came out.
Man, that guy sucks, Jason Collins. He was terrible. Why did he wait to come out when he was just awful?
Probably because he knew.
Like he knew he wasn't going to get on a team, so he's like, I need a reason why people aren't going to pick me up.
Yeah.
When he was in Boston, he was awful.
Like, I mean, the thing I liked about him in Boston was because he didn't make mistakes. Like,
he didn't play.
Exactly. Like, he'd play like 5 minutes, a half maybe, and then like, basically he'd just knock somebody on the ground or get one rebound.
He was bad, man.
Yeah. But I mean, he didn't fucking turn the ball over.
I know.
Like, he's better than like Andre Blatch if you want no dumb plays happening.
Blatch
does a lot more positive things.
He's had a good year this year, but I don't know, he came off that Wizards team that was all like trying to kill each other and stuff.
I still call him Bulch. Because you remember that when they spelled his name wrong in his jersey?
Oh, yeah.
He didn't even notice his own name is spelled wrong in his jersey.
Why would he, dude? He doesn't care.
And then he went out and it said Bulch on the back of his jersey. It's amazing. I want to get one made.
Bulch.
Just so I could have it and walk around being Andre Bulch.
I think of all like the stupid shit like that, like Bynum Jesus. I don't really play video
I
games
was gonna
anymore. Maybe it's like the old school me playing Super Nintendo, but the only online gaming I got into was like Halo,
Yep.
whatever we played, and then some Call of Duty.
Yeah.
The old Dudes McGroots.
Gears of War and Halo were the only ones I got into.
Yeah.
You got hard into COD 4 Mod War.
I did. But Halo, I think I was more into than anything.
Halo was...
But like, oh, is that
Somebody's
Michelle?
home. Either my dad or my mom's home right now.
They won't recognize me at all.
Oh,
No
I
chance.
told my mom you'd be here. Probably. I said David might come over the next day or two.
Maybe.
And she's like, good, it'd be nice to see an old friend. And I'm like,
That isn't married.
I'm like, sure. Like, I wouldn't have invited him over if I thought it was going to be terrible.
He might have. Michelle, what are you doing? I'm styling.
Well, it's
People
like,
should probably get over the winter thing.
it's only supposed to be like 3 inches tomorrow. And then like,
Are we talking about the snow still?
yeah. My mom got here in time to record a dick joke. Do you think Gerald Wallace is going to stay?
I hope not.
You think he's that bad?
Dude. I think he's gonna go play for someone like Miami. Probably not Miami, but like, you know what I mean?
He's
Like,
got such a huge contract, though.
yeah, but it's up. Is it up after this year? No.
2 more.
What is he doing?
He's getting like $10 million a year for the next 2 years, 3 years.
Where did he sign that contract, Charlotte?
Well, last year in Brooklyn.
Ugh, why did they sign him to that?
I don't know. He opted out of his last year of like $14 million,
Yeah.
and then signed a 4-year, like $45 million.
Better
one.
get rid of him.
Yeah,
Unload him. For
He's-
anything.
that's the problem. Is like
Give him away.
who's gonna take him though? That's,
Like, give him away.
like I was telling people, I'd almost rather see them trade Jeff Green because they could get more for him,
Yeah.
and then just let Gerald Wallace hang out for a little bit. Because he'll at least run with Rondo. That's what I like about him. And he's like a hustler, but he's not
He'd
good.
be great for someone like San Antonio or
But dude, he'd be unreal. Him and Kawhi with Duncan. That'd be
Kawhi's
sick.
hurt, right?
Yeah, he broke his hand.
Man, everyone's breaking their hand this year.
It's breaking your hand or breaking your foot or like,
Getting hurt.
yeah, essentially. I guess I didn't need to
Breaking a
say
hand
that.
or a foot or tearing your ACL or twisting your ankle or tearing your shoulder.
Or, having a hernia or,
That one guy got sick once.
something wrong with him. His
He's
spine.
weird, man, because he shouldn't be good, but he's so good. Ryan Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why I said he shouldn't be good. I just feel like he.
Because he's white. You
Yeah.
fucking racist.
It's true. It's true. He shouldn't be good.
How-
Pekovic.
I was going to say, how much stock of Minnesota sucking do you think is Kevin Love's fault?
Dude, I think it's Minnesota, man.
Just in general, do you think it's like a cursed franchise? Or
I think it's cursed, dude. How long have they had those owners? Same owners? Like, I guess I don't know a ton about their ownership.
I don't know. I want to say it's this. I don't remember them changing
'Cause-
hands.
Even think about it when KG was there. When Kevin Garnett was there, they had some good teams.
Because of him, basically. The 1 year he had Spreewell and Cassell, and they went to the final Western Conference Finals.
I feel like they're just. I don't think it's Kevin Love, dude.
I think Kevin Love is underrated. Like people
People
say,
hate Kevin
people
Love.
say he shouldn't be an All-Star. Dude, he's averaging 25 and 13. You know how many people have done that in 20 years? 2.
Yeah.
It's Kevin Love and Shaq.
Yeah.
That's it. And
It's
people
true.
are like, he shouldn't be an All-Star. And I'm like,
Put him on the best team in the league, he'll be one of the best.
yeah, he'll get
players.
20 and 10 instead of 25 and 13.
Yeah.
But they are.
I like Pekovic on that team.
Pekovic is dirty. I just said his name wrong, but he's,
Pekovic.
yeah, Pekovic is sick, man. He, did you see his interview last year where they're like, "What do you like? What's your favorite food?" And he just goes, "Meat."
Did he?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I've had him on my fantasy team 2 out of 3 years, and he's always.
Yeah, I tried to get him from you when we traded. When I
Not
traded
gonna happen.
Duncan like a moron.
That trade really didn't work out for you,
I
huh?
cannot believe I traded Tim Duncan.
Wait, what was the trade? Okay, so I gave you Kevin Martin, Roy Hibbert,
I didn't get Kevin Martin. I
Oh.
got Conley.
Michael. Ooh, even worse. Michael Conley, and I get okay
Conley, Hibbert, and Heinrich
Heinrich.
for Duncan, Parsons, and Ray Allen.
Then I traded Ray Allen.
Yeah, I got rid of Heinrich. Too.
But I got Parsons and Duncan. And Duncan's been averaging like 32 in our league, and Parsons is up at 29, I think.
Yeah, you beat me in that trade by about like 8 points a game, I think, which sucks. But I thought like Duncan started so slow, and I thought he was gonna be like resting, but then the whole team got hurt, so he's been playing like
Dude,
crazy.
he's put up numbers. Plus,
Parsons, I knew he was going to give you good stuff. Like, I thought he was the better of the trade that I was giving up, but
yeah.
whatever.
But
Hibbert's been shooting like 30% in the last 2 months. It's absurd.
yeah, he's been really bad since I gave him up. I'm trying to think. But, like, I gave up Klay Thompson when he was shooting really hot, and he's dropped
You gave him
down.
to Keith, right?
Yeah. I had a pretty rough week. I mean,
Rough week.
Whoa, it's a rough week, Ray. Pekovic got hurt. Harden was day to day at the beginning
Paul's
of the
hurt.
week. Paul was hurt. He just came back at the end.
I like how you gave me Heinrich, and I was like, oh, he's fucking garbage. He was giving me nothing when Rose was out. I thought he was going to be like helpful.
Yeah, he did terrible.
I traded him for Thurston for Rivas Vasquez.
Yeah.
And I was like, Vasquez, because that was when Lowry was getting rumored to get traded. And I was like, oh, he's going to get traded, and then Vasquez is going to like shoot through the roof. And then I looked like an idiot, and I dropped him like a couple weeks later. And then Chris picked him back up.
Yeah.
He's been sucky again. He had like 2 good games.
I think he's a free agent now.
Yeah. But and I picked up Bynum when the Pacers signed him.
He dropped him immediately.
And then I kept him for like a fucking week. And then he didn't play, and he's not supposed to play for another couple weeks.
Here's a problem with my team, too, is like I don't have that spot that is interchangeable right now.
Yeah, I tried to keep that like one scrub spot so I can just keep.
That's why it's like a joke to me that I don't want to give up Ramon sessions. It's like, oh, I could really use these points, but I have to give up Ramon sessions.
Right. Like, I mean, I signed signed. What am I, a real person? I picked up Dante Cunningham the other day. He was like my big deal. I'm like,
he's nice because Pekovic is there, right?
Yeah.
Terry, you picked up Terry too, right?
No, I don't have him.
Who picked up Terry off?
Cunningham's getting like 20 points a game the last like 2 weeks.
Yeah. And my team should be nice in playoffs. So that's all I'm worried about.
I'm pissed because I picked up Antetokounmpo.
Oh yeah.
And then like he
had a good run.
He was crazy hot for like a couple weeks, and now he's like coming off the bench again. And like I had like 3 or 4 trade offers for him, and I declined them because I was like, nah, he's gonna keep playing. He's gonna get more minutes as it goes because they suck. They might as well play him. And then he's turned to crap again. I should have gotten rid of him.
Oh man, I get some terrible trades. People probably think I give terrible trades, but at the same time, it's like I said, I've given some trades out, and people will laugh at me. And then a month later, I'm sure they're like, "Oh shit, I really should have taken that trade."
Who was it? The dude that has all Lakers on his team. That just gave up immediately.
Merle.
Oh, is it?
It's a merchant, kind of.
He offered me Kobe Bryant like a week ago. He said Kobe Bryant, and then asked for like Al Jefferson and like 5 people that were actually good. And I'm like, I just wrote ha 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 back to him.
Oh shit. I know this was a joke, but it was so funny. Will sent me a trade offer, and it was like Chris Paul for somebody awful. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
As like a joke. Who do you think the best team in the league is?
I gotta probably go with Bansmer. But Keith, for some reason,
His team is so good. I feel like he plays his whole team plays every day. It's like Bansmer too. I had a good game against Bansmer last week for not having my top like 2 players though.
Right.
We coming for you, Bansmer.
But no, yeah, I don't. Not to take anything away from Keith, but like, why has he got a good team?
Come on, Keith.
Keith, you're killing me.
You'll never hear this anyway.
I know. He said he didn't know how to post pictures. You could not post a GIF in the forums.
It's hard. Copy paste.
And click the little button that says image.
And then copy paste in HTTP.
But yeah, Bansmer's team is dirt.
He seems good. I think I beat Bansmer in the playoffs if I play him. Full help.
So he's got Calderon, Jamal Crawford.
I had Calderon. I drafted Calderon. I got rid of him.
I thought I was gonna draft him, but I was like, yeah, he's old, and then he's amazing. Him and Monte Ellis are actually playing.
He has
really
Monte
well.
Ellis too.
Does he?
And Aldridge. He has LaMarcus Aldridge.
He's got Aldridge. He's got Bogut. He's got Joe Johnson, the All-Star. Iguodala. Lavoy Allen's been playing pretty well lately. He's got Verjao.
I traded in Verjao. He gave me Reggie Jackson.
Pero Antic.
Is he still hurt?
Yeah, he's missed like 3 weeks now.
But like,
Bansmer tried to trade me Thabo.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, fuck you. He's terrible.
Everyone's tried to trade for Pekovic this year. He's the only person I have left for my original team.
See, I was trying to trick you when I made that Duncan trade with you. I was like, I'll ask for Pekovic, but I really wanted Hibbert.
Yeah.
And then, like, you said no to Pekovic, and I was like, oh, give me Hibbert then. And you're like, okay.
Fuck
and then I was like, oh, God damn it. Because Hibbert was going crazy for, like, the first couple weeks I had him, and now he's just shooting like shit.
Yeah.
He's been,
Look at my team.
He's rebounding like fucking 6 a game the
He
last couple
sucks.
of weeks. Like, dude,
That's why I didn't want to get rid of Pekovic.
you're 7-1, man. Fucking get some rebounds.
And I know that Kevin Love does get hurt from time to time.
Yeah.
So I was hoping that Kevin Love would get hurt and Pekovic just would. If Love got hurt, Pekovic would have.
Okay, I got your team right here.
Like, I feel like my team beats Bansmer if I'm completely healthy, and so is he.
You got Chris Paul, you got Harden, you got Parsons, James Johnson.
James Johnson's been nice pickup. Been a real nice pickup.
Duncan, Hardaway Jr., he was on waivers. I almost picked him up.
Yeah.
Balch, McBob.
He's had a good year.
Sessions.
For us.
Mason Plumlee. I had him for a little while and got
Did
rid
you
of
see
him.
the game he just put up?
That's sick. Oh, wow. He's averaging like 25 points the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
That's stupid. I should have kept him.
Yeah.
And then you got Pekovic, Reggie Jackson, and Sean Livingston. I had Sean Livingston for a while.
He had the last couple of weeks have been kind of rough, but before that, Sean Livingston was putting up numbers.
When he was starting over Duran, like...
I think he's better for that team than
Dude, Duran
I think
sucks.
Duran's terrible.
I've always hated him.
He needs to go back to Utah
He's
and play for Jerry's.
He gets Sloan fired and then pieces out.
I didn't like him in Illinois either.
I didn't even watch him in college.
It was him, Luther Head, and D. Brown. Was that his name? D. Brown?
Yeah, I
Like
think so.
the not D. Brown.
Not the
like,
real dunk contest D Brown, but
No, but like D. Brown. I have cornrows and a headband, D. Brown. That probably sounded terrible, but whatever.
part of the reason I've always hated Deron Williams is because of his hair.
Because it's like white guy
He's
hair.
got his shitty Caesar cut that he's like trying to hide that he's got a receding hairline, and he's like, I'm not balding, guys.
Well, how about like Kobe? Kobe will just shave his head, like start his hairline halfway up his head.
Yeah, I saw the picture where this. Yeah, his edge he's edged back onto like the soft spot on his head when he's a baby.
Yeah.
It's
LeBron, I mean, everyone knows that. He's going to be bald.
Remember when he lost his headband in a game and literally like scrambled on the ground for it? Like, dude, everybody knows you bald. Just
When,
that headband for one.
like when he used, was it a Pepsi commercial he used to do when he was the kid LeBron, and then old man?
Yeah, I think it was Pepsi. I
Like
don't know.
he's going to look so much like that old man. Like he's just going to be so bald.
He's very bald. He looks like David Robinson, like the same way he's going bald, like just that horseshoe kind of thing going on.
David Robinson was a beast.
Yeah, he still looks like he could play. Saw him during the summer at the Hall of Fame thing. He's like still jacked.
Wasn't
So's
it?
Karl Malone. I was like, dude, those guys should just play right now.
Karl Malone was huge.
I like somebody said that like Karl Malone couldn't play now. I was like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? He missed 5 games in like his whole career in 20 years until that last season.
He's huge.
Mhm.
He's so dumb he went to L.A.
Yeah, he shouldn't have done that.
Him and Gary Payton, that was such a joke.
Yeah, I rooted for them.
Why?
That's the only time I rooted for the Lakers because I like Karl Malone and Gary Payton. I was like, just get a ring and I can avoid. And then I was so happy when Detroit beat them though.
That Detroit team was nasty. I still think this was on the board the other day. Like people were like unpopular opinions.
Oh yeah,
And someone said something about Carmelo. Yeah, you did. I can't remember what you put.
I said somebody said that Shaq is the most overrated player of all time, and I said Kobe is. And then I went back and forth with him. Like I agree, Shaq's pretty overrated because he was never like he was out of shape a lot. He could have been like way better than he was.
I bet he could have been right up.
He could have been like the best player ever if he put 100% into that, but he wanted to make Kazam and stuff.
Be a sheriff in Miami.
Can't fault him. He's a top 10 player, no big deal.
He's still so dumb. He's so big.
Yeah.
So dominant.
But yeah, what'd you say about Carmelo?
Oh, yeah, Melo. Someone said something about Carmelo. And I was like, I think he would be a completely different person and player if he was drafted by Detroit that year.
Oh my god, that would have been amazing.
Think of that team. And I think he would have molded into a different player because he would have, instead of going to Denver and being the Carmelo Anthony show,
Yep.
he would have had to fit in with Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, Tayshaun Prince, Rip, and Chauncey. And think of that team. They would have been so good for the next few years. Probably never would have had a lull period.
That's true.
They probably would have just got way better.
They went to seven Eastern Conference Finals in a row,
Yeah,
and like they would have won at least another title
They
or
had
two.
that one year where they had 5 All-Stars. Their whole starting 5 was All-Stars.
Yeah, that was pretty great. Thing is, like Larry Brown was the coach,
Yeah,
and
that's true.
people say he's the worst. Like Jalen Rose said, Larry Brown has ruined his career almost until Larry Bird took over and started playing him. Like he hates rookies, hates young guys for some reason. That's why he never played Darko, and Darko sucked. But Darko might have sucked anyway. But
Yeah, but see, that's hard too because Darko, like he had so much potential going in. You can't say that like he didn't have the ability to be something.
Yeah, I mean, he's 7 foot tall. He was agile.
He could
Got
shoot.
good hands.
So like maybe being terrible, like quote unquote terrible those first 2 years because he never got played. Like that's a lot on your brain.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
and starting off winning and then going to not winning.
Pistons, man, they would have been so good with Carmelo.
Plus his I never liked Darko because he had those diamond earrings for a while.
I didn't like him because he had like
the fake,
dark
the
hair.
Eminem dyed hair.
Yeah, he had what it was like dark to a point, and then it got to the top of his head, and it was like blonde.
Yeah, that was weird.
It was like an idiot.
It was a bad choice.
Pretty 2002. It was like Justin Timberlake,
Yeah.
but he was 7'1" and Serbian.
Rasheed Wallace, how amazing would that be if he was the coach?
He would be crazy.
He just, how many technicals would he get? He's already got like unreachable amount of technicals for anyone to catch up to him, but then just add more. It's like Stockton, like assist padding.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just, he'll just get so many technicals.
He was awesome in Boston. I mean, he didn't play unbelievably, but I liked him. He was just jacking up threes.
Yeah. Like as angry as it makes you, like he's fucking awesome, so who cares?
There's a few games that I remember he was like trying to dominate the post, and when he did, he scored like 24, 25 points.
In the finals, he like was killing it in the post in that last game, and then
If Perk didn't get hurt, they would have won those.
oh yeah,
finals.
they would have. But yeah, Sheed was killing it in the post. Like if he just would have stayed down there, it was like I mean I love the Jailblazers when he played on them. Zach
Damon
Randolph,
Stoudemire.
Damon Stoudemire, Rasheed Wallace, like
Who else was it? Steve Smith on
Scottie
that, even though he
Pippen.
wasn't really.
yeah, Steve Smith, Scottie Pippen, Sabonis, Brian Grant. He was sick. He's got
Yeah,
Parkinson's now.
he used to be sick. Now he is sick.
Yeah, Gallinari not getting knee surgery.
Fucking Gallinari.
Like I said, I watched every game of that hot streak they had. Like
Gallo back last year. or
Yeah,
something?
I watched every game of that like 16 game win streak that Denver had because they
Ty
were sick.
Lawson is sick. Gallo.
Fareed was killing it in that stretch. Andre
I don't-
Miller was sick,
I don't know how I feel about Gallo.
and then
I want to like him, but
he's just weird. He's like weirdly soft. Some games he'll show up and he's like, oh man, he's legit, and then he'll be a pussy and get 8 points.
and I like want JaVale McGee to be so good, but
He's not gonna be.
no,
So-
he's awesome in video games, but like you want it because he's like
He's a
out of this.
monster.
He's out of this world athletic.
Yep.
He's like DeAndre Jordan is what 6'11", I think. JaVale McGee's 7'1".
Yeah, he's an inch or two bigger and he's more athletic. He's
And like
crazy,
you have
but he's also much dumber.
you
Apparently,
have all the potential in the world, and you just like think of like the blocks he could get.
yeah, he'd be unreal. If he played smart, he'd be unreal.
He'd be so good. I used to love him when he was in Washington because I thought he'd match something, and he was just terrible. I like Fareed though.
The Manimal.
Yeah.
One of the best nicknames in the league right now.
I like what was the Durant one? Not Durantula.
Slim Reaper is what they
Slim
call him.
Reaper. Dude, I love that one.
I still
Slim Reaper.
I've been trying to get people to call him deodorant. That's not taking very well.
It's not going.
I think it's funny because like he covers up the stink of the bad players around him. Like
I think Slim Reaper is one of the best nicknames I've heard in a while. I hate the Miami jerseys, by the way.
oh the nickname jerseys.
Like I feel like it could be done so cool, but like it's just like when you have people coming up with like nicknames on their backs that like
it's cheap. It's
so
cheesy. It's like
King.
what are you Rucker Park right now?
King James, like that made me puke a little.
The fact that he has a nickname at all. makes
My
me
favorite
angry.
thing ever is when he was in Cleveland, and on the back he has this tattoo that says "Chosen One."
Oh,
And he was with
and
Vereshov. Vereshov had chosen too. I think Vereshov is underrated as like a person.
I really
think
I
he's
like
hilarious.
him, man. Like he's a hustler. He'll get mean and dirty if he has to, and he just gets hurt too much. That's the problem.
I think he's hilarious.
He's awesome.
I think we were talking about Delonte West earlier
Yeah.
today, and there's like that whole Jim Rome is burning with Delonte, and it's like him and Vereshov. Delonte is my favorite player, maybe ever.
Do you think he got blackballed?
Dude, I think he's better than
I think he should be on a team right now.
at least.
If he was on the Pacers,
I think he's just
he's better than George Hill.
He's a head case. Yeah, I don't know how he is now because he's not in like game shape. But,
Right.
like him when he was playing even for the Mavericks.
Yeah. I watched a couple D-League games after he got kicked off the
He had
Mavericks.
to play for the Legends.
He was still good.
yeah.
Like, it's just like literally.
He's still pretty young, isn't he? He's like
Yeah.
in his 20s.
I think he's like 28 or 29. I mean,
A
like
team that needs back. Like, how did the Lakers not bite on that? Or
he went to work out for them, I think, but they went with Kendall Marshall.
okay,
Or
yeah,
something.
you
But
can't-
I guess you can call that because like, oh, you already have Nick Young on the team. And,
Yeah.
like, guys like Jody Meeks and Kobe. Do you really want Delonte West in there with
I
him?
just feel like Delonte West could help a team out. I mean, he is kind of a head case and does crazy shit, but he's hilarious.
Like the Spurs or Pacers. I think he'd like
Spurs.
make
Tell
them
me that
unreal.
he wouldn't kill it on the Spurs.
He'd be better. controversial statement. Tony Parker is fucking overrated.
Yeah.
After how he shit the bed in the finals after that first game.
Ginobili really shit the bed.
He's the reason they lost. So like, but
well, that not having Tim Duncan in.
yeah, that was dumb.
What was he doing?
I don't know. That still makes me sad. I still, in my mind, it's like how Indiana Jones 4 doesn't exist for me.
Yeah.
It's like the Spurs won last year.
Yeah,
they did. They won that game, and then just Ray Allen just got mad lucky with the best shot ever.
They just got those 2 offensive rebounds in a row when Tim Duncan was sitting on the bench.
Same thing with Hibbert. That's why they beat Indiana, because Hibbert was on the bench. They just luck out when the coach on the other team takes out the center for like 1 second.
I really want to see them not win this year.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh.
I think Indiana's got a very good chance. They'll beat the shit out of them.
No, I want to see him get knocked out in the first round by like the fucking Sixers. Just like I want to see them get completely upset by the Milwaukee Bucks.
The Bobcats, the Knicks, and the Nets probably gonna be like the 8th seed.
What if like the Knicks just like?
Dude, what if it's the Nets because they're all mean?
Yeah.
You got Karolinko, KG,
Karolinko, yeah.
KG. They got size.
Like, and they just beat them in the first round.
That would be the best thing ever.
I would love it.
Hopefully they fight a team that's like got some fight in them in the first round.
Like, remember when the Celtics played Atlanta in the first round?
Yeah. That was rough.
I thought they were going to beat us.
Yeah, they went 7 games.
Yeah, but then Zaza Pachulia started mouthing off.
They're
like, oh yeah, Pachulia?
I like Zaza a lot because he's a piece of shit.
Like more than a friend.
Yeah, I'd date him.
He's an idiot. Who did he took out somebody really bad once. I think somebody took him out again. Like
he got popped. Well, KG elbowed him in the head in that one of the series.
Took him out.
Yeah, like he had like that big 2-inch bandage on his eyebrow for a while. Indiana's gonna take it to them. Whether they win or not, they'll like tire them out, hopefully. And then Spurs or OKC will probably play them in the finals. Probably OKC, and they're gonna win. I think OKC will win, or the Pacers, depending on who matches up with who.
I think this could be controversial. Like, I guess we were talking about it earlier. Like, Russell Westbrook not on the Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
I think Chris Paul makes them a better team.
Yeah, I would trust them more in the playoffs.
That's what I mean.
Even though Chris Paul doesn't have a lot of playoff success, but I trust him more. Like, he can close a game.
I think if they lose, it will be because of Russell Westbrook.
I think it'll be because of Ibaka.
I like Ibaka.
I don't think I don't think he can. Like, depending on who he's matched up with, I think they can shut him down. He's just inconsistent.
I think Durant. It's gonna be so hard to bet against Durant.
You can't stop him.
Like, who's the second best in the West right now? Portland.
League record was it's the Spurs still.
Spurs.
How the fuck do they stay up there?
Awesome.
Their whole team is hurt.
That's awesome. I think most people will say that the Trailblazers are right there with them because they just had that big game last night.
The Blazers are 4 seed. Maybe they slipped to 5 because they lost last night.
Probably.
I think the Rockets might be like number 4 now. I'll go to check that out actually.
I don't think the Rockets. Oh, see, the Rockets though might match up just right for them. You know what I mean? It's going to be a game of matchup in the West. Yeah. Yeah. Because think, they got Dwight. Durant kicks out, what's his name? Parsons. Like, Durant's just so much better.
He'll kill him.
But then you got, like, Harden.
Yeah, Harden would win a game in a series by himself.
At least one. I mean, depending on how hot he got.
Yeah, if he was playing, like, before the finals 2012 version of himself, he'd win a game or two.
His defense is rugged, to say the least. But, I mean, who's he defending on that team? Westbrook a little bit, and he knows the players, too.
And Fabo.
He's going to be amped up. He's going to be playing a little bit better.
Yeah, he probably would. He'd be more focused.
You know what I mean? But I still think the Thunder beat him. I think Durant's just too good.
Yeah. I mean, if they really wanted to, they could play Jackson.
I think it'd go 6 games.
But play Westbrook at the 2 and Jackson at the 1, and then Durant.
Why don't they do that?
They probably will, hopefully, if Westbrook comes back.
Think of the run and gun.
Yeah.
With Reggie Jackson.
Because Westbrook is basically a 2-guard anyway, but he can pass better.
That's what I'm saying. Have Reggie Jackson. Imagine a fast break with Jackson, Durant, and Westbrook.
Yeah, it'd be sick. And Ibaka, because Ibaka's fast, and he can jump like crazy. The only slow guy on the team is Perkins.
Why do they have Perkins on that team?
They have to amnesty him, but they won't. They should, but they won't. It's just dumb. They should play Steven Adams or somebody.
JaVale
McGee. Yeah, okay. Oklahoma City is number 1. San Antonio is number 2. Portland is 3. Clippers are 4.
Clips.
Houston's 5.
They're an anomaly, kind of.
Golden State 6. Phoenix 7. Dallas 8.
The Clippers, I feel, are underrated. I don't feel like they give them enough credit.
I've been saying this for a while now. Clippers gonna clip. They're gonna find a way to fuck something up because they're the Clippers. Like they'll get to the second round this year, but I don't think they're contenders at all yet.
I feel like they need
because they're relying on guys like Matt Barnes whenever he comes back. If he's even back now, I don't even know. But I mean, they're like bringing in Turgaloo and Steven Jackson and dudes like they can't find anybody to play on their team for like backup.
Who's their starting small forward?
It should be Matt Barnes, right?
That's gross. That shouldn't be there. You need to pick up somebody that plays defense at least.
Because
I'm not saying he plays good defense, but I mean like somebody that
you have to pay attention to.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like if Matt Barnes is on the floor,
Chris Paul starting, Redick if he's healthy at the 2.
Yeah, Redick, yeah.
And then Crawford is a 6th man as a 2.
Oh yeah, Crawford.
Oh, they got Darren Collison. I forgot about him. He sucks. Yeah, they have Matt Barnes and Jared Dudley that could play some 3. Oh my God, they have Sasha Vujicic and Turgaloo on the team right now.
Vujicic?
Yeah.
I was wondering what happened to him.
He went during the lockout, he went to somewhere, like,
apparently.
like in Turkey or something, and then stayed there because he's got a hot wife and a lot of money already. So, but yeah, they got.
I used to hate him when he was on the Lakers.
Oh yeah, he was
such a bitch. He was good though. A few good years there.
Byron Mullen.
They got Byron Mullen?
Yeah, and he doesn't play because he's terrible. He just jacks threes.
Yeah, he did that in Charlotte last year.
Yeah, but he averaged like 18 there because he was the worst team. They got Ryan Hollins, Anton Jameson, and Chris Dudley. So they have like 4 completely irrelevant players on their team right now. They need a backup small forward or power forward or center, but I don't think they're gonna win. See, if they're 4, they match up with Dallas.
They beat Dallas.
Yeah, but Memphis is right behind Dallas.
I think they beat Memphis.
I don't think so.
I think they beat Memphis.
Zivo's gonna fucking punk Blake again, like every time.
I think the Clippers would beat Memphis.
Really?
In a 7 game.
Depends if they can get any scoring out of Courtney Lee. Because if they start Conley and Courtney Lee together, and
I like James Johnson though.
Tony Allen's still on the team.
James Johnson's nice.
They have a couple of really good backup bigs, but they can't play them because they're loaded with Gasol and Zebo. They have Lure. Yeah.
Lure, yeah. And then they have Ed Davis. I had him on my team for a little while.
He was pretty solid on Toronto last year.
Toronto. What a joke they are.
Even though they're the 3rd seed right now.
Dude, the East is a bigger joke than what Toronto is. Kyle Lowry's nice. DeMar DeRozan's getting there. I don't think he'll ever be what people think he's going to be.
Terrence Ross dropping 50 last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I played Thurston tonight. I think, was I?
Yeah, it was Thurston. Yeah.
I don't know if I was playing Thurston, though. But he dropped that huge game. Who's their big man?
Jonas Valanciunas. I had him on my fantasy team because I was told by somebody that's probably going to listen to this that he was going to be good this year.
Yeah, and then that go?
He gets no playing time, and he averages like 16 and 8. I mean, he's good. Like, he'll give you like 20-something points in our league, but he was...
in our league, he's a superstar.
he was supposed to be like unreal this year, like an almost 2010 guy.
I'd give up Ramon Sessions for him. That's all I'm saying.
Me too. I'd let somebody take Dante Cunningham for him.
So I know JT's going to play next year again.
Yeah.
The Wet Bandits.
Yeah. Solid name.
It's always the Wet Bandits, and if he ends up doing terrible, like halfway through the year, he'll change it to the Sticky Bandits.
It's underrated.
The greatest twist on fantasy basketball.
I totally forget you can change your name.
What's the best team name in the league? I'm trying to think. You know what? I hate when people don't pick names for their teams.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but Shane, my friend Shane, is Tits Phillips, and his name is Team Phillips, and to me that's okay.
Yeah, because he's got a funny name as his like registered
Phillips.
name. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, we got the boring teams are Team Campbell.
Yeah, those all suck. Those are just
Team Demos, Team Arnold, but Hooch. Can you tell me why Thurston's obsessed with Turner Hooch?
No, it's because it was his nickname when we were kids.
I know, but why?
Because he was always with JT and his last name's Turner, so they call him Turner.
Oh, okay.
Turner and Hooch.
I got you. I don't know why I never knew that. Yeah. It's not like I didn't grow up with you guys.
But yeah, that's why he's Hooch.
I don't know. I kind of like he changed his name.
To what?
He's the Flint Tropics now.
I'm so pissed at him. I'm banning him. Why is he the Flint Tropics? What a douche. It's the worst fantasy name.
And then
he was the Bucher River Rats.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty great, actually.
Yeah, why would he change it?
I hung out at the Bucher River every day. Yeah, dude. And the 4-letter thing, that comes up when you like pick a player or off the waivers. He changed it to dude. So he's now Flint Tropics in parentheses dude.
We should all get on the message board and shit on him for changing it to Flint Tropics. I'm gonna. Till he goes back.
Like,
why would you change it this far into the year?
Yeah, we have like 3 weeks left, right?
And you've been the same team since draft day. I'm so pissed at him. Fuck Keith.
So I
see you, Keith.
Manifest Destiny's Child. I like that because I like the portmanteau of putting two things together.
Yeah.
And I like Oladipo.
I like the Burlington Green Mountains because it's traditional now.
I was gonna say it's the coffee, right?
I don't know what it is.
Because there's a coffee. It's Burlington Mountains, I think.
You know what I think it is? Do you know Frank?
No, I never met him.
Yeah. Well, when I first started this, he was the first manager, and he came up with that name. And I think it has some weed reference. Like the Burlington Green, like Burlington, Vermont, and like the Green Mountains, because that's how Frank is. But then Bansmer took over the team, and he just always left it. And like the first 2 years, it was a picture of Snoop Dogg and the Count, and now it's Snoop Dogg dressed as like Santa or something.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I think it was Pierce, isn't it?
No, it's Snoop Dogg.
Is it? Well, is that racist to me that I thought it was Paul Pierce?
I don't know.
Yeah, Scott's is alright.
The Backcourt Violators. That's alright.
And I do like yours. Every time I see it, though, I think it's El Barto from The Simpsons. Yeah.
I was thinking about changing it to the Traveling Beard Show. Because I call it that anyway.
I can see that.
I might change it to the Flint Tropics.
Should all change it to the Flint Tropics.
Flint Tropics.
So it's just Flint Tropics versus Flint Tropics every year.
I'm so pissed he did that.
Yeah, that's really weird.
I'm calling him out when I get home and on my laptop. I don't know. I feel like the team names were lacking this year, but
yeah, like half of them aren't even.
We were so aggressive on the message boards this year that it made up for anything.
Oh, really? It was better than last year.
Yeah, last year we didn't do it at all.
Oh, really?
On the message boards,
I love it. Just like shit talking. Like when I.
Dude, it's the best on. I mean, it's just hilarious. The message boards kill me on this league. Of course, they're both the Flint Tropics.
And why he double posts all the time, man?
Yeah.
Dude, Keith, learn how to post.
What's he use, like a track phone?
Yeah. He's got an old sidekick. Like, Jesus, man.
Reggie Artest, O'Neal, Tinsley, Pacers.
So, like, he basically means the year after the brawl. But when they weren't good.
When they were terrible.
When Reggie was, like, 38.
Not the one with Mark Jackson. And like...
Yeah, those dudes are sick. I thought they were going to win it all the year the brawl happened. One of the possible trades I heard about, Jeff Green and Radley, maybe, for Greg Monroe.
Earl Monroe.
Yeah, I don't know. Earl the Pearl. Bring him out of retirement.
It's a hell of a trade.
I'd do it. He's a Hall of Famer, man.
I'd do it. Maybe we can get Alex English in there, too.
Hey, man, he's a leading scorer of the 80s. I'll take him. But I wouldn't mind that trade. Earl Monroe. They need a defensive big.
See, like Cam, I don't think. I'm hoping that he actually listens to this far in. I don't think he'd ever beat me because
shit talking. I'm gonna cut this out and put it at the beginning.
But like, I don't think he will because he has Kevin Love, but I have Pekovic.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you're balancing each other out every game.
So yeah, he has all these points from Kevin Love, but like I'm putting up very close to that with Pekovic.
Like he's got a good team though.
He started out bottom now.
He's Drake,
yeah,
apparently.
Yeah.
So he's half Jewish, and I don't like him.
Yeah. Because he's Jewish.
Yeah. Nice. Well, it's half black part too.
Oh.
Yeah, he got Dragic on his team.
Dragic, I've been trying to trade him all year.
He's got Chris Humphries has been doing all right lately. Kevin Love, Danny Granger sucks. Miles Plumlee's playing pretty well.
Dude, I'm still saying he made a bad trade to get Kevin Love.
Who did he give up?
He gave up.
Cam traded Ricky Rubio, Dwayne Wade, Jared Sullinger, and Glenn Davis to the Flint Tropics for Kevin Love, Ba Mute, Danny Granger, and Andrew Nicholson.
Got nothing. Got just Kevin Love.
Yeah, Kevin Love is it.
And he gave up.
He gave Rubio, Wade, Sullinger, and Big Baby. He lost that trade hard. Like, Rubio and Sullinger together equal what Kevin Love gives you.
Yeah. And then you still got
then you have Wade and Big Baby.
Wade and Big Baby. Like, that's why Keith is so good right now. Is that trade, I think.
I tried to get Klay Thompson off of Keith. He declined that, and I was like, oh, good, actually.
I always do that. I'll, like, put in a trade and be like, oh, man, I kind of hope they don't accept that. Then I'll just cancel it.
Yeah, because, like, in the moment, you're like, ooh, this could be good, and then...
Playoffs are gonna be fun this. Even if I lose, I'm still gonna.
Yeah, right now you got to bye, and then you play either the winner of me versus Tits Phillips.
Okay, so I'm definitely going into the finals.
Yeah, or at least the conference finals. That's why I'm trying to get up to the 5 seed.
Who's the high seed in my bracket? Is it Bansmer?
Flint Tropics.
I'll murder him. If
Yeah.
I lose to the Flint Tropics, I'll be so pissed.
That's why I was hoping if I sneak up to the 5 seed, I get up into the other bracket with Bansmer and stuff. And I think I could make more damage in that because your team does scare me. It's probably you and Bansmer gonna play each other in the finals.
Because I won the first year. I only lost one game. The second year, I got so marred by injuries that I crawled into the playoffs. Bansmer, some kid, I don't even know who the kid was that won it. I don't even know who he is. So I just say Bansmer won it because he was in the finals with him. But
That's awesome.
I think I'm going to order, there's a little website that you can get trophies from. I think I'm going to get rings.
That'd be sick.
I'm obviously not going to wear them, but I think it'd be hilarious, just to have it. Because we did a football one and it was a sick trophy.
Yeah.
And the kid that won it's from Canada.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we flipped it upside down and wrote Tim Hortons sucks on the bottom.
Speaking
like that.
Speaking of Tim Hortons, you notice
They
the one on Bangor doesn't exist anymore? It was open 24 hours and nobody was there except for
Ever.
the one sketchy person that worked there, and then it closed down apparently a couple months ago.
Dude, I could have a honey crawl. Are you still fasting? Or
No, I'm eating like shit. Let's see, last night, what did I eat?
what do you have it written down on the internet?
No. I was like, maybe we stopped recording.
An hour ago.
Yeah, it's 4 hours later.
You're going to have to edit this forever.
Oh yeah, it's gonna take forever.
You're going to have to listen to this whole conversation
Oh yeah,
from a different...
it'll be horrible. Unless that's why people
Kill themselves?
just put it up without editing it. But we've also name dropped people that we should not have name dropped. I just have to throw it onto Audacity or something, or
What's that mean?
the other audio program, the free, because I'm cool and can't afford things.
Do you speak envelope full of cash? Remember?
Yeah, because it was like
Show me the
it was
cash.
some dumb CW show or
It
something.
was Gossip Girl. So stupid. We text each other and laughed at the same exact time because we both got the text at the same time and everyone was mad at us. Everyone was always mad at us.
I wonder why it took so long for them to
Horse
stop
face.
talking to me.
Horse face, our fat fucking friend.
Yeah.
Like a fucking
Well,
double penetration porn.
Well, so the only kind I watch.
You really need to broaden that.
No, I
It gets
don't.
old after a while.
Does it get old or does it just get dirtier? When you go down a porn hole, I've gone to some very dark
When
places.
you go down a porn hole. Yeah,
Yeah, there's some dark stuff I've seen.
I'm sure.
I don't.
One guy, one jar.
Ew, that was bad.
That was gross. The worst one. You see
Starting with-
cake farts?
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's the best one.
Yeah, I love it.
And there's also the sub meatloaf farts and stuff like that too.
Just knockoff versions of it.
It's just the same girl farting on meatloaf. This will make the final cut.
Oh, it's got to now because I'm gonna tell you something funny. You know how Randy Marsh in that episode of South Park searched Brazilian fart porn?
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's a fart porn that I've seen from somewhere in South America, probably Brazil. It's literally like a girl smashing another girl's face into her asshole and just ripping them into her face.
That is.
And-
Where did you go to find that? That's the
I
question.
just Googled it. I said, hey,
You Googled
I
it?
Googled fart porn. I was seeing what's up. But the thing that made that the best was the intro clip of her just jamming the girl's face in there and then farting in her face. And then text comes up on the screen and it says, "What is fantasy?" Like as if it's some whimsical thing. It's just people farting in each other's face. It fucking killed me.
Oh, it's so true. What is fantasy?
I don't know.
I'm gonna change my team name to What is Fantasy. See if anyone picks up on it. If you listen to the podcast, you'll know.
Seriously, man, don't ask me existential questions while I'm watching porn. Especially disgusting, dirty shit like fart porn. I want to be like, did you use that in a sex play thing? Or was it just by yourself?
Like he sat on it.
Yeah. Was she playing with
You
it?
said it was huge, right?
Well, it depends on what you call absurd for sticking up your ass.
Me, I guess I'm old fashioned.
I'm old fashioned. I only stick a couple pens up there. That was probably the size of the bottom of this glass.
Wow.
It
Tapers,
wasn't
right?
solid.
I like tapers.
It starts small, gets big, and then has that little nub on it, like a ace of spades kind of.
Ace of Spades.
But like the thing I didn't know about butt plugs is that like, or at least that one, it was so shitty.
I didn't know about that butt plug.
I'm not well versed on every model. I only have so much money. But he pulled it out of the box and it had like the base part like stuck up into it, and then the plastic part that was like around the top could like close a little bit. It's like it was like easier to get all the way up your ass.
Nice.
So you didn't have to like force it.
It was like the new model.
Yeah, it collapsed on itself.
Yeah, like
it was like a black hole.
You're like the Ferrari of butt plugs.
No, he goes, I don't want to get the small one and then get home and realize it's not big enough. And I was like, so he went to the next size up. There's like 3 sizes.
He went with medium.
Yeah, he went for the medium. Because there's one that was like basically like a finger size.
He puts it up his own ass.
That's what I want to know. Is like, did he use it with a girl or did he just jam it up there himself and go to town? Or
imagine if like he literally looked at the small one and was like, this might not be big enough. Like I might need a bigger one for the like this. Like I look at the small one now that I look at him, but like if I looked at him,
checked your internet history,
like I'd be like, oh no way, dude. And he's just like, I think it needs to go bigger.
Go big or go home. If I've learned anything from Johnny Tsunami,
bigger go home.
Buy a giant butt plug. All right, I think that was a solid first episode.
2 hours of nothing.
Ball and life. That's it. It's just that simple.